Welcome to Deliciously Motivated Mindset, hosted by Deborah and Moira. This podcast is designed to help listeners unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally, so they can thrive, not just survive. Deborah and Moira explore how natural tendencies don't always serve individuals and provide insights on how to harness existing strengths. Their goal is to equip listeners with the habits, mindset shifts, and strategies needed for lasting, meaningful change. Finding purpose and fulfillment can be challenging, but this podcast offers expert conversations, practical advice, and valuable tools to help align with a true sense of purpose and create a more fulfilling life. So grab a notebook, open your notes app, and get ready to take in some game-changing insights. Let's dive in.
Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Oh la la.
Oh la la, indeed. Here we are with another deliciously motivated mindset conversation with Debz. That would be her.
Me.
And Moira, that would be me. Here we are getting ready for this really wonderful, this feels like a really nurturing, soothing, calming, beautiful conversation that we're going to have. I'm just sort of setting us up for that. We're going to talk about turning stress into soul power. That's the one that I really like. Turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. That's why Deb's saying, ooh la la.
I know. Oh la la. Just
doesn't that feel so nurturing? Talking about nurturing, before we get into our conversation, let's land into this space, this energy. I've already got one hand on my heart. I encourage you to put one hand on your heart or both hands, or how about one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly? Take a nice nurturing deep breath in and gently sigh it out of your mouth. Intending that as you do these deep breaths, that you're breathing in and out of your heart space. Breathe in. Feeling your soul power, seat of your soul is at your heart. And breathe out. Take another nice deep breath in. And breathe it out. Allow your breathing to find its natural rhythm with this intent that you're breathing in and out of your heart space. And by setting this intent, we get to connect our energies with one another. Regardless of when or where you're listening to this conversation or these ideas, you can always connect because energy is energy. And this is such an important piece to continue doing throughout our days, is to just come into our heart space, tap into the power of the breath, breathing it in, and breathing out, releasing anything that's maybe discombobulating you or worrying you or stressing you out in some way. Feel the support of whatever you're sitting or standing on. Just allow yourself, if you're sitting on a chair with a back on it, I invite you to just ever so gently lean back. Feel the support. Feel your body cradled and received. As we take another nice nurturing breath. And then gently grabbing your favorite note-taking device. Let's get into riffing and exploring these ideas of how to turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. I think it just flows on, doesn't it? Like if you turn stress into soul power, by default, you're going to be radiating calm, I would say.
Yeah, you don't have to go, oh, is this going to work? You're already on the boat.
Yes.
Yeah. You're already on the boat. I was just thinking when you were talking, and we know number one is the heart coherent. Like that's,
we know
that's a
yep.
That's the template is heart coherent.
Yep.
But it was as you were doing that, as you were doing, I was doing 20 million things, not listening to you, and then suddenly I, and then suddenly I started breathing, and I started breathing with you, and while I was on the computer, tweak, I could feel my breath sync with you, and so I think I really just focused on my breathing. And as I noticed when I was working on my computer, I could feel my body. And, I was just slowly inhaling and exhaling, like, as we do, inhale, exhale. But I could feel my body relax and drop
Awesome.
down further. And it was interesting because even though
You're still
you were
going
doing
busy, busy, busy.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
but
could feel it. I could
mhm,
just feel it, and it started to take over. That even then I
beautiful.
started to go, oh, yeah, I dropped into my body would have been the word. I just dropped into my body, and I think breathe like you mean it.
Mhm.
That's like breathe like it's important, and it's a beautiful importance.
I
Just
love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. And I just felt it. I just felt instantly connected, even though my head wasn't. I just started syncing with your breathing, and I could feel it. I could feel it. Yeah.
What I love about what you just shared, though, is that you noticed it, right?
Mm.
Because sometimes we can get so
Oh,
caught
yeah.
up in the, I'm
We
doing
talked
this now,
about
I
awareness
gotta
just
remember
before we
this.
got on the call, didn't
I
we?
know. It was in my head when you were saying that,
Yeah.
is that we were talking about Deb's involved in a 8-week program, I think you said, and I'm doing a 4
Mm.
program where we're work each week we're working on something, and so that's what we were just talking about. My week is awareness, and so, and it's interesting too because for this practice that I'm doing, I have to listen to some a soundtrack of my choosing, and they're usually
Mm.
about 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm answering emails and I'm checking my Google calendars, and
Yeah.
every so often with that awareness, similar to what you just described, is, oh, I am in my body. I
Mm.
am breathing deeply. I can
I
feel
am.
expansion, or that just the gentle rock that my body feels when I'm really attending to my breath. So
Yeah.
it's not an all or nothing. I think
Mm.
that's a really important piece, is that sometimes we can get so
Mm.
so caught into, no, I don't have time for that. I have to get this done. Well, maybe you could blend it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you just proved that.
Yeah, yeah, and it felt like it felt like someone was just putting a beautiful blanket or a dressing gown around me. I could just feel it, and my
Hmm,
whole body I just dropped into it. I dropped into my body would be, yeah, I just went, oh, and felt safe
good.
instantly.
That was the subject of my last week's
Oh yeah, of
focus.
course, we talked. I was
Safe.
like, hang on, I heard that word
Like,
safe
where
this
did we
morning.
talk
Yeah,
about that?
yeah, exactly. And I felt safe. But it definitely stopped a pattern or
Hmm.
emotional outburst or anything before it took off. I just went, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, so breathe like you mean it is what I wrote down.
Well, so I wrote down blending the practice, because
Yes.
if you're saying that something I suggested, you heard it on some level, even though you were still multitasking,
Mm,
and you received it. So therefore, you blended that practice and allowed yourself to feel safe. That's what I've
yeah,
felt. So I think
yeah,
that's an
yeah,
important tact
yeah.
tactic to lean into, right?
Mm, yeah, yeah. Well, even that safe word is such a triggering word for people.
Is it?
Um, Well, no, 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 no. Like I don't feel safe. Not the actual safe word, the
No.
actual part. Oh, I don't feel safe, and it's like what? But again, it goes back to that awareness again.
Mm.
Like you have to it's what are that? Name it to neutralize it. That's what it is. So you got to name it and go, okay, this is what it is. And once you can name it, then you can mold it, deal with it, whatever. So if you're feeling pressured or stressed or unseen or
This
whatever,
is this is like a form of acknowledging what it is you're experiencing, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you name it, you can actually deal with it. I think that's the actual thing. But go name it. Just go, okay, well, I'm stressed, I'm pressured, I'm whatever. See that I guess that's where your PEMS come in. My head just goes, well, that's your PEMS. And you go, oh, which is your PEMS is your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. If they are out of order, like if you've eaten too much food, you can't make certain decisions. If you've not eaten enough food, you can't make certain decisions. If you've not had sleep, there's just different things. So when you can check in with your PEMS and go, oh, well, no wonder I'm feeling rough. I've only had 2 hours sleep. And
Yeah.
usually I have 10 hours, oh,
Mhm.
that makes sense. And it's not a get out of jail free card. It's just an awareness. It's like, oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense.
So this is the thing, and those two pieces that you just said about the naming it to neutralize it or to check in with your PEMS, your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual well-being. Both of those components they are ingredients of what I help people do with the letting go process. Or I'm actually calling it, I'm rebranding it actually at the moment. It's called the letting go pathway. But with the letting go
Oh, I
pathway,
like that.
I know, me too. I
I
get
like that.
goosebumps every
That's so
time I
true,
say
though.
it.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
congratulations. Woohoo. That's so true. That is, yeah, it is a path. Yeah. Okay.
it
Right.
is a
Okay. Back to you. Yeah.
yeah.
Back to you. Well done. Yep.
But what I was saying is that sometimes things come up that cause a wee bit of a dysregulation, or we feeling discombobulated in some way. And sometimes all it is go, oh, I'm feeling anxious. I'm having an experience of anxiety, and that's it. I'm done now. Because I just named it. I felt it. It's gone. Right?
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. It's just that awareness, and you go, yeah, I feel like rubbish. Okay, great. Like then, but the moment I find the moment you name it, the chaos from 0 to 10, 10 being discombobulated, that chaos is out of the park. But the moment you name it, you're like, that's already shifted 4 or 5 down. You're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh, it just diffuses it.
Yes.
Not fully.
Sometimes
But
it's
well, it
enough to
could.
diffuse it completely. Other
Yeah.
times you may need to focus a wee bit more. Maybe you need to
Weak.
go and pick something out of your self-soothing kit or your glitter bomb,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's why I'm saying there's certain levels of things that cause a disturbance in the force, if you like. And so sometimes it is just simply going, oh, that's what it is. Now
Yeah.
it doesn't have power over me anymore.
Yeah.
It actually reminds
That
me
that
of a quote. I have to go look up a quote for you while
it'll probably be a Yogi Teabag quote that'll come out. It'll be exactly the same thing. Surprise. But you're right, because when you name it, it does take the excuse me. Oops, didn't mute. There's a cough.
oops,
It does
here it
it
is.
does
I
take it
found
down.
it.
What's the quote?
I
Go.
found it. It's a Dan Millman quote. I actually really like Dan Millman's work.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Dan Millman's quote, he said, "You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you."
Oh,
Isn't that,
that's great.
that's perfect, I think.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't have to, yeah. Because the thing is, and as a meditation teacher, I've said that before too, we can't stop our minds from thinking. It's just what the mind do. But we don't have to believe it, and we don't have to let it run the show,
No.
right? And so
I
sometimes
love
that's a part of the letting go. It's like, listen to this channel in my thinking brain, but
yes.
I don't subscribe to that channel anymore,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
No, I haven't got that. Yeah, it's buffering.
Yeah, it's buffering or cancel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one. Yeah,
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 there's a
that's
new
it.
show. There's a new show that I'm going to
Yeah.
tap into.
Uh-huh. Um, I also think, this our turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. Even just saying it just sounds lovely.
No,
I
doesn't
feel my
it?
nervous system go, oh, thank you, Deborah. I think is you have to decide what you desire today. And so
Because
you're
you're
going to
the
set
boss
your,
of you. You're the boss
that's
of you.
right. You're going to
Yes.
set your own intention that sits right for you now. So set your intention, if your day looks discombobulated and chaotic, set it with your little glitter bomb moments. Set it with your self-soothing kit. Set it with the right people around. Set it with the right food, the right,
Mm.
exercise, sunshine or rain or
And
whatever that is. But like
tenderness. just give yourself a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set the day how you want.
Mhm.
Because I just find when you set the day, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And they say you don't get what you need. No, what is it? You don't get what you want, you get what you
Get what
need.
you need.
But you've
Yeah.
got to show, yeah, but you've got to show what you want to start with. Like you've got to actually show. So set your day. Today I'm going to wake up or tomorrow I'm going to wake up and this is what I'm going to have for breakfast. As I hesitate because usually if I say that word, the dogs go crazy. So did you hear me? But there's no dogs in my office. It's okay. Yeah. So what am I going to have for breakfast? And then I'm going to go for a walk. Then am I doing my walk? Or what does that look like? What am I going to wear? But actually set your day. How much time is this task going to take? Like set your day that has beautiful moments that if it feels heavy,
Mm.
okay, I've got 3 things that I can look forward to, or that I can do at any time, or I can put this in, or I can get help. Because when you set your intention, I find the universe opens up for you more.
I agree with you. I like to think of setting intentions with a light hold, though. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
not
mean?
yeah, okay,
So it's
not
kind of like
wrapped in barbed
today.
wire. It has to be this
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't, for myself, I always have a running list of all the tasks that I want to have done.
Mhm.
Sometimes I put ones that I really feel like have to get done. Like I'm just looking at my list right now, and there's 3 items on my full page of list of items. 3 things have specific days on them. So the
Mm.
rest of them, it's kind of like, then I get to choose, okay, this week I want this to happen, but then I'm checking in with my bandwidth and how much time do I have left
Well, we
before I
just
get
looked at
too tired or
you and I just talked about something, and you said, "Oh, it has to be done by October." And the truth is, you're better to do it now than wait till October because you don't
I
like
know,
don't know
because
what's going to happen.
yep,
Yeah, it is that. What do I want? What do I want to fill my day with?
yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful.
And then it was funny, even another really good example of that. Yesterday, I had a specific meeting at a specific time, and I had half an hour, and I could have gone and just sort of, gone down social
The
media
rabbit
rabbit
hole.
hole or something.
The rabbit
And then
hole.
I thought, oh, maybe I could start. I actually have a reading to do for a client later this week, and I thought, well, I could just start that because I had looked over at my list of the things. But you know what? It was really interesting. This is what I'm saying about light hold. I finished it. I finished it
Oh.
because it was such a relaxed kind of, oh, well, I could just make a restart on it and then I'll
Yeah.
circle back to it. Well, it took way less time than I thought it was going to. And so it made me laugh. That was such an uplifting experience. So now I get to tick that off. It didn't have a specific date other than it has to be
Yeah.
done before the day of the reading, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's having the sense of I say things like all is well in my world. This is one of the
Yeah.
first things I say in my and so then that means that I can meet things that might be a bit discombobulating or might be a little bit jarring or might throw me off, like maybe
Yeah.
noises or something takes a bit longer. Sometimes I have that client sessions might take a wee bit longer, and then it's kind of like, oh, I thought I had this much time and I don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really important to be flexible in life.
Yes. Yes. That's a key piece around turning stress into soul power is being flexible, being
Is knowing what you
curious.
want,
Yep.
but nothing's in concrete. Even if you desire that, it does not mean that's it. Yeah.
And so that when I start thinking about being flexible, that brings about some curiosity too.
Mm,
Because if I make
yeah.
an intention and I intend that I'm going to have this kind of conversation or I'm going to meet with that person and then that person's not there or doesn't work for them, then that to me is a opportunity to say, oh, how
Mm.
how how good can this get? Or what else is there for me to discover or to play with or animate or right?
Yeah, and that curiosity is Well, I mean, I think when we think about it, most people think stress is failure. Oh, I'm stressed, I can't cope or
Mm.
whatever. But it's actually not. It's just feedback.
Yeah,
And when we look at his feedback, it's like, oh, what's this showing me? What's this trying to reveal? Where I'm out of alignment? What's going? Is it the people? Is it me? Is it what? And that brings in that curiosity. So stress is not heavy unless we decide to make it heavy. It's
yeah, it's
just
what we
feedback
make
for
of
us
it.
to,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just, and if you sprinkle that glitter on and go, oh my God, I'm so stressed, I can't eat or I can't sleep. And you sprinkle that glitter and being, okay, well, let's curiosity. Is it because you've eaten something? Is it something that's with somebody? Like digging into that. And it has that, if you can turn into a playful experience, it's a very different experience to have.
Absolutely. So that's something that just I was just thinking too, is that if you're feeling stress, one of the best ways to turn it into soul power is to say, what's the story I'm telling myself about this?
Mm. Yeah.
Because to your point, you know what? Life is stressful.
Mm.
We can't pretend otherwise. But it,
Yeah.
it what gives it its power, a wee bit like I was saying about that Dan Millman quote, is
Mm.
we don't want stress to control us. Like you're saying, is like is stress is not failure. Stress is
Mm.
is an indication that you're living your life,
Mm. Mm.
right?
Yep. And living
Yeah.
your and look, I mean, I think the other thing, I'm thinking about this, everybody has to have a level of stress in their life. Everyone has to have a level of drama in their life. Every person has to have something in their life, whether you want it or not. There is a drama that has to go around.
Mm.
So you can pick and choose where you want your drama. If you don't choose every day some high inspiring, challenging task, you're going to get it from some other form.
Mm.
So pick your day, go, today I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something that's taking me outside the box. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do something new and I'm going to do it,
Mm.
whatever level. And that allows people to grow. It encourages us to learn, we evolve, we go from that. Because if you don't have any drama in your life, it just becomes, yeah, yeah.
You-
But pick and choose your drama. Pick
mm.
and choose your drama. Like when I say that, don't just go, I don't want any drama. Like don't make sure it's not in health, wealth, and family. As my there's mine. Like give me drama anywhere else. Give me my clients have drama. They bring me my drama. I'm like, thank God for that because you are my drama. I don't have to
Mm.
create my own today.
Mm.
But pick and choose something that gets your juices flowing.
But that's helping us get more into to the meeting a challenge and learning something and
Mm,
being of service and being a problem solver, perhaps. I mean,
yeah.
you and I both
And it's
thrive
and
on
it's a
that kind of
playful
thing.
way.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
it's
just
more of an excited, like, oh, look
yeah.
what I
Oh,
get to
what do we got
do.
here? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Celebrate. Yeah. Celebrate you got shit to clear.
There you go.
Celebrate, celebrate.
But that's actually, see, celebrate is a really excellent way to turn stress around.
Mm,
To go, oh, look what I get to deal with, or what I get. It makes me think of you when you get you have this way about you that you get
yeah.
excited when things come up, even if it's a bit of a weighty thing, like
Mm-hmm.
look what I
Oh,
get to work with or work through or learn about or
no matter how heavy it is, when you go, ooh, ooh, and you're a bit of a giggle, it takes the 10 out of 10 sting. It's already gone to a 6.
yeah,
Because it's like, oh, what do I get to work on here? Oh la la. It's
yeah.
a whole different world.
But that's coming into the soul power aspect of it, is
Mm,
that we are powerfully creator beings. And so
mm.
everything's happening for us, even the things that you think, oh, yuck.
Yeah.
Okay, don't get too caught up in the, oh, yuck. Just, okay, moving on. Not going to
Yeah.
get too stuck in telling that story, right? And then calibrating to what's how good could this be? what do I want? But what you were saying about being intentional, what do I want to see or experience or share or be the catalyst of? Do you want, how do you want your own energy to ripple out into the collective? Understanding that at all times it is. Right?
Yeah, and I think just even when you were talking then, my head went gratitude. And the reason I just said gratitude is finding the hidden order. And, you know, I hear John DeMartini say, find the hidden order, find the hidden order, because there is always a balance, even in chaos, especially in chaos. But you have to open your eyes and you do that curiosity. What is the upside of this moment? Or what is this making possible? Or how is this enhancing my world? Or like it's really, you know, we're talking about that curiosity and celebrating and looking at that, but look for that hidden order, find that, because that just a couple of, oh, what am I learning here? What am I experiencing? What's this helping me with? How's this fine-tuning my version of who I am? It becomes a beautiful journey that you're on.
It really
and
does.
that chaos, that just
it
isn't
dissipates
anymore.
It dissipates, yes. But you know what that brought up immediately for me, you saying that, was trust.
Oh, yes.
Right? So when finding the hidden order says, I may not be able to see it right now, but I know it's there. So trust, and that trust to me always says, I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that I am always in the right place at the right time. Even if me looking at something or listening to what's going on around me may make me feel really like, hello? Because sometimes it's not apparent right in that nanosecond. But with trust means I get to radiate calmness until it, oh, I know what it was. There's the gift. There's the realization. There's the piece of wisdom that just landed in my lap. Right?
Yeah.
Trust is such an important one. We bring that
And I
one
know
in a lot.
Yeah, and I know when we talk about trust, we often also talk about go back into your memory bank.
You're listening to Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, here to help listeners unlock their full potential so they can thrive, not just survive. They've shared some very powerful insights so far, so it's time to take a moment to breathe, reflect, and jot down any key takeaways. What's one piece of advice that stands out to apply right away? Before wrapping up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from everyone. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback, and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how listeners are putting these insights into practice. Let's dive back in and finish strong.
And go back to those things to go, oh, I can do it. Oh, you've been through this before. Like, I guarantee everyone who's in this situation, whatever situation they're in, I guarantee you've been through something worse in your life previously that you thought at that time was the worst possible thing possible. You didn't think you'd ever survive, get out of it, and here you are telling a story. So go back to your memory bank and look and see where you've had past experiences that you thought were stressful and how you got through them. Go back and look at those things, because that memory bank is there for you. That's the purpose of it. But if you get one that goes, no, there was none, go back and do the one we did. Find that hidden order. Go back and look at that gratitude and reframe that story, because it's just a story. It's just a leg. I just heard myself going, it's just a leg. It's just little just private joke there, people. That just came out. Yeah, just a leg. It's just a story. It is just a story, and stories can be changed like that when you're ready.
On a dime. Yeah. And when you're ready, but always remember, you have the power here. This is your power. It's within you. And that sort of crazy making, stress, chaos, discombobulation, sometimes all you need to do is stop giving it focus.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then you kind of go, oh, gosh, there is all this calmness. Like maybe my cat is sitting saying, let me come and cuddle you, or
Yeah,
right. So
maybe there is hope after all.
yes, yes. It's about, well, I guess the piece that I'm trying to get to here is that in the present moment, all is well. And sometimes that ruminating or that over attaching to the stories is not allowing you to go, huh, right here, right now, I
Yeah.
can feel the power of my soul. I
Yeah.
am okay. All is well. I feel safe. I am aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of the spaciousness of what I get to do. What can I choose? Right?
Yeah.
A wee bit back
My head.
to what we were talking about at the very beginning when we did the heart coherence, and you were multitasking and not really in the flow of it until you were, right?
Yeah. And then it just dropped in. I just started breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, so you got into the present moment and went, oh, calm my nervous system. That's the key piece of
And
it.
and I think it was look, I mean, listen to me, look, I mean,
Look.
yeah, look, I mean, well, I went to a wedding recently and it just seemed effortless would be the word. Just watching the staff, watching the people, watching everybody, and it was just a beautiful, just there was no, I didn't see the chaos.
Right.
And so I think our aim is to be effortless in this and just to move through like without busting our, so choose that calm. What do you want? What do you want this to be? I don't know. I just the word effortless just kept coming up into me. I just want to be able to move through
Well,
life. Just
yeah,
move
it's
through.
like with
And
grace and ease, right?
yeah,
Grace
it
and
is.
ease. I like
And
that.
so if you and I'm going to plug Moira and I. I'm just going to
Yes.
plug Moira and I because well, I'm not going to say we're not effortless. We're definitely not effortless. By the way, by the way. But there is that beautifulness that can go with this,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. But Moira and I over do I have to say it? Over 80 years experience between us.
Mm-hmm.
Over 80 years of experience between us. You listeners, you already know who you would prefer to get help from. So reach out to Moira and I because we are here. We love these podcasts.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Like I do what I love what I do. I think of that what John D. Martini says, and definitely the podcasts I look forward to every week, coming up, showing up, talking to Moira. So we have a wealth of knowledge sitting in here. Use it. The podcasts are great, but if you're not doing the tips and you're hearing the same stuff over and over and you're going, I can relate to that, but there's still no shift, then please reach out because there's only just so much you can just keep listening before it's going to have to start affecting. Yeah.
Integrating and doing something
Integrating.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that makes me think of the definition of insanity. Definition of insanity is
Yes.
doing the same thing over and over and again and expecting a different result. You
Yeah.
want a different result, you got to do things differently. And not only do things differently, but anytime you hear an idea or a suggestion that Debz or I make or anybody makes that kind of goes, oh, what would that feel like?
Yeah.
That can be an intuitive ping that says, try it. It may not be entirely for you, but you won't know until you try it. I
Yeah.
kind of change things up each time we do these podcasts about the breathing and anchoring into your chest. Make your own one. Make your own way of getting in touch with your own soul power. The soul power is the seat of your soul is your heart. That's kind of
That's
why I gravitate towards putting my hand on my heart. It's like, is where I want
well,
to speak from.
I have put my hand on my heart for years since I've met Moira. I think it was probably Moira who probably first said it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done it for years and years and years. And recently, Moira talked about leaning back in the chair, and now I can't put my hand on my heart without now. So I've done hand on heart for years
Mm.
multiple times a day. Like it's literally, I probably do it more than drinking water. There you go, Mum.
There you
Take
go.
that. But now when I put my hand on my heart, I lean back and there's
Mm.
just this another level.
Isn't it?
So
I know.
I'm still learning. We're still learning. So even if you think what you're doing is working, add a little bit more on. But that leaning back,
I
just,
know. I love it that
oh,
too. Me
I
too.
know. And,
Yeah.
and my two other people that I talk to often until we do hand on heart is they're now leaning back and they're like, it just feels so different, Deborah. It takes in more. And I'm like, I know. I know. They're like, why didn't you tell me earlier? And I'm like, well, Moira never said it earlier. I didn't think to lean back. Okay, I'm
Same.
blaming Moira. But just it's so what I'm saying is if you have to add a little bit on or take a little bit off on all of these, I think the thing is just keep doing it. Keep doing something. Don't like repeat it, rinse and repeat. Try trust just for today or whatever it is, but try whatever that is.
That's that. Try it, and that's that question. You've heard me saying this one several times before. How does this make me feel about me? So
Yeah.
you've just said
Yes.
that, and that's how come I keep doing it myself, is that how does it make me feel about me when I put my hand on my heart and lean back gently in my chair? It makes me feel
Yeah.
nurtured and cuddled and cradled and safe and
Mm,
here and present and just awesome. So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying to our listeners is try the things, tweak them, add a little bit of this. It's like baking a pie. Abraham Hicks
Yeah.
talks about making cakes or pies. And we just want to make sure that you've got as many ingredients in your pantry as
Yeah.
absolutely possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
is because the more you have in your beautiful toolkit, the more you can pull upon. But then also you only need one or two.
Hmm.
Sometimes you just need one or two. Hand on heart just can calm me straight away. Like that's not the breathing or anything, or it's just literally the hand on heart. Just putting your hand on the heart
Hmm.
just instantly takes that whatever it is. Then you can do the breathing. Then you can do this, and then you can be flexible and curious and
Mm-mm.
which are all the
Go,
things,
go
all the
through all the
things which,
songs.
yeah, all of ours. Um, there is so, I just looked at the time, turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. There is just a presence about it that just feels, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So we're going to go through these tips. I have a feeling there's going to be a little bit more. We also have some yogi tea bags because we can't do that
As we
without
always do. Yep.
non-sponsorship of yogi tea bags, just letting them know. But grab that note-taking device because we are going to sum up what we have talked about till now. um, heart coherent, number one.
Number one. Yep.
Number one, heart coherent. Turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. Heart coherent, the very beautiful part of grounding and feeling into your heart, hand on heart, lean back.
Breathing in and out of your heart space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Such
yeah,
a beautiful place.
yeah.
Such a beautiful place. The next one I have is and this was off of Deb's experience, is I said blend your practice. Blend your
Mm,
practice of your breath and allow yourself to feel safe. So the point of that was that Deb was multitasking at the beginning and wasn't really following the come
Moira's
and
heart
breathe with
coherent.
me.
I'm
Come
like,
and
I've
breathe
heard
with
that
me
before.
until she did. And so what I loved about that, because I will do this too, it's like in between client calls or in between appointments, I might just focus on my breath for a wee bit. But
Yeah.
at the same time thinking about what is the next task or the next meeting.
Mm,
And it's so that's what I think is a really important part is meet you where you are. Blend your practices.
yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. I love it. The next one I have is name it to neutralize it.
Hmm.
And this is when I say name it, it's I feel rubbish, I feel tired, I feel exhausted, I feel overwhelmed, I feel lazy, like whatever that is. And I think yeah, we had a saying, you don't have to control your what was that? What was that quote you had? Is
Oh,
there a quote?
the
Um
Dan Millman quote was
You don't have to control our
You don't
thoughts.
have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is name it and it will get neutralized. So as soon as you name it, then you can deal with it.
Yeah. Because then you
But
remind yourself, oh yeah, that's right. I'm the boss of me.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's it.
Not that thought.
Yeah. Oh, duh. That's one. Yes.
The next one I've got here is we talked about the PEMS, checking in with your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being.
Yeah.
Because if any of those pillars of your well-being are dysregulated, it causes discombobulation. That's what I wrote down. Dysregulation causes discombobulation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nailed it. Thank you. The next one is setting your intention for the day.
Mhm.
Now the word setting intention for the day does sound a little bit heavy and a bit, masculine, a bit this is this. Um, so so just what beauty would you love to have in your day?
I
And
like
what would
that.
you like that to
Yeah.
look like?
Mhm.
Just, does it mean eat nourishing food? Does it mean talk to friends? Does it mean go outside? Does it mean sit inside? Does it mean like what is that? What is that? How long each task is going to do? But the other, oh yeah, no, that's further down. Well, I'm just going to say the other part with setting the intention for the day is be flexible. I'm just going
Right.
to merge these. I've got that down as a separate tip, so I'm just going to merge it
I
in.
do too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, flexible. Okay, well, flexible is incredibly important when we're trying to so you set your intention like this is not happening, this is not, and you get so frazzled and stressed from it. It's like, okay, no, it's okay. This is all
Yeah.
part of moving parts.
All is well in
So
my world.
yeah,
All
I've
is well
got
in my
that. So
world.
I've actually got that as a tip in between. Set
Oh, that's
intention,
funny.
all is well in my world, be flexible.
Because you said that too, is that nothing's set in stone. And
Yeah.
leading on from that idea about being flexible is I said that that opens the door for curiosity. Because if you can be, you set an intention, this is what it's going to be, and then it doesn't work out that way, and you say, oh, so to
Mm,
me, that gives you a wee bit of a lift. Oh, it's not going to go the way I thought it was. So what am I going to discover? And so
yeah.
there's a wee bit more of a uh, yeah, that actually reminds me of the we make plans and God laughs
Yeah.
idea. Like,
Yep.
oh, okay, I guess it's going this way instead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, stress is feedback, not failure.
Hmm.
And remembering that it is just what is this revealing? Where I'm out of alignment? What is this showing me? How is this enhancing my world? Like all of these things allow us to go, oh, this is
Yeah.
not failure. This is part of this,
Yeah.
which is part of that curiosity that we
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
Be curious.
And that's when I also said that it's stress is evidence of you living your life. We can't we can't run away from it. It's here.
Mm,
So big. So that's the other part, and that's when Deb talked about pick and choose your drama, because
mm,
drama creates stress, but we get to choose. Yeah, I'm going to buy into that, or I'm going to release that, or I'm going to listen to that, or I'm going to go down that rabbit hole. Or you're still the navigating force here, right? So
mm.
when we turn stress, I don't have to listen to that story or get caught up in this belief system or that pattern. I can turn it into soul power and just say, I'm good. I'm okay here. I don't need to have that level of drama, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
choose it.
yes.
Hmm.
Celebrate. Celebrate that you have something to work on. Celebrate, pull out the pom-poms, celebrate that you've got chaos around you and you get to have this beautiful curiosity, playfulness that
Yes.
you get to unpack your shite bit by bit.
There you go. And the next one is the where Deb was saying about find the hidden order. You could ask
Mm,
yourself something like, what's the upside of this moment? What's the gift here? What's the wisdom? What's the fun? What's the play? What do I get to do here? So
yeah.
always having that this has got quite a strong vibe. The last few tips that we've been talking about is that curiosity vibe strongly in here, right? It's like, oh, what am I going to discover now?
Yeah, it just okay. It just that was a good one. It just takes it away. It just takes that your nervous system settles down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was just feeling into my body when I was just like it's just it's tight, it just feels like it's about ready to explode or blow.
Mm.
And when you're finding that gratitude, that beautifulness around, it's settled, it's calm, it's
Yeah.
your nervous system, you can feel your shoulders, your jaw's unclenched, your neck feels relaxed. You feel into your body
Yeah.
would be
Yeah. You
more.
loosen your jaw, your brow smooths out, everything's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Calms you down. Yeah.
Cool. I have a lot of notes here that are not in any particular order, by the way, so I'm going to just pick one and we're just
You do that.
Trust.
Yeah, that is the next one after the
Oh,
find
even
the
better
hidden
then.
order.
Okay.
Yep.
Trust. You're in the right place at the right time.
Mm.
Trust, trust, trust. And that's where I believe we talked about past stories. I didn't have this one
Yeah.
written down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said
Cool.
that. You said
Okay.
that. To go back in your memory bank to look for evidence, because that can help the trust part too, right? It's
Evidence.
like,
When you get that
gosh.
evidence, you're like, oh, I've created this blooming story. It's just a story.
Or, gosh, I've been through worse situations and look, it all worked
Yeah.
out. So therefore,
I know.
therefore, chances are I can do it again, or this is nothing compared to that, right?
But also you're like, yeah, but that was way bigger. Yeah, back then it wasn't as big as what you're dealing with now. But back then it was very heavy that you thought you'd never get out of it. So don't just go, yeah, but that was just something so small. Back then it was way bigger than the stuff you're dealing with now.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee. Because yeah. Mm.
Yep.
Um,
The next one, I think it is for me, to be effortless. That's what you said. You talked
yeah,
about being
yeah.
effortless with this. This is one of the things about when we talk about tips or we suggest paradigms or strategies, they need to feel flowing and
Mm,
like a soothing, effortless part for you.
yeah,
Right. And so
yeah.
if things feel like it's like, oh my God, too many steps, I don't like this, don't like this, this feels like effort, feels like I'm pushing a boulder up a hill, then it's not for you. So
Yeah.
where's effortless ease for you? So finding that you get to choose calmness, choose to flow through with grace and ease. I think that when you were talking about that being effortless, you were referencing the wedding that you've been to recently, and
Yeah.
that's what you got to see was the
Just
service and the was
everyone, they were
effortless
just like,
ease.
they just worked together. It was just
Like
like,
a
wow,
symphony.
wow, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess even when we talk about that, turn stress into your soul power and radiate your karmas. I'm adding another one is look at your circle. Look
Mm.
at your circle. If you know you're going somewhere and your tummy already gets butterflies and it's not the butterflies that you think are the nice butterflies, if you're feeling
It's
like
the
that, then
yuck ones.
yeah, yeah, then look at it because
Mm-hmm.
it's there. Your body's showing you something. That's just another tip, by the way. Your your body's showing you something. So listen and lean in and go back to the curiosity and unpack
Mm.
whatever that is. Because if it's not effortless, then there's something requiring some tweaking.
Yep. Which actually although it's an added on tip, it actually does connect with the one I wrote down where Deb recommended herself and me.
Oh
If
yeah.
you are having chaotic, discombobulated types of situations, finding it hard to release stress and to get in touch with your soul power, we're here for you. Reach out. If
Mm,
we talked a wee bit earlier in our conversation about my letting go pathway, and for me, this is an evolution that I've been working on for many years, and so when I'm helping guide people through this type of work, it's about finding your rhythm, meeting you where you are, so that you
yeah.
get into crafting your best path forward. So if you need help, make sure you reach
We are
out.
here.
We are here for you. Absolutely.
Yes, we are. One of the things I have here is how does this make me feel about me?
Yep.
And
One of my favorite
and
questions.
it's just a simple straight back. How does this make me feel about? Well, actually, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Then stop.
Yep.
Then just don't do it right now. That's it. Like, oh, I just went the 4Ds. That would actually help. Like, how do we? There's so many. There's so many tips in here. I did say it. I did say we're wrapping up, but there's going to be some more added in.
You did say that.
I
You
set
did
that
say that.
intention. But how does this make me feel about me? It's just a beautiful one to go. It makes me feel ick. Okay, then don't do it right now.
Yep.
And
It's not for
that's
me. That's fine. You only know that if you do it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
to me, I like to describe trying the tips and techniques and strategies that we describe or that we share or we suggest. I like to think of it as going to your favorite boutique and trying on every single outfit. Everything. Get them, bring out every single outfit, and then stand in front of a mirror and say, how do I look? Does this suit me?
How does this make me feel about me?
Exactly. That's where that question comes from. That's where I brought it in from. Because we want you to feel confident. We want you to feel led by your soul. We want you to feel that sense of effortless ease and grace and calm. And, oh, look at this, just makes me feel like this.
That's a great one, because even just that, it's like, oh, I feel I need more. Okay, I'm just going to put a scarf on, or something like, I'm just going to add a little bit. I'm actually just going to put the P for PIMS in today. I'm just going to add a little bit, and I'm just going to add little bits into that, into the pot.
Yeah, or I need a different pair of earrings because that'll go better with this outfit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then well, actually, which is perfect for us, because we talked about just try it.
Yeah.
Just, there was one point throughout the thing I wrote down, try it, right down the very bottom, is actually try it. Try one of these. Try it on. If it doesn't work, take it off. Try it on. But just for today is one of our favorite ones, which I don't think we've even said today. Just for today, I'm going to try this one. Just for today, I'm going to try this one. Just for today, I'm going to try this one. Have we missed any off?
I don't think so. I think we got them all. We got all the ones I wrote down anyway.
Okay, we've got the ones I wrote down. Phew. Okay,
We did it.
Well, okay, so now we have our yogi tea bag.
Actually, as we have been doing of late, there's two. The first one says, the universe is within you, bright and beautiful. Isn't that lovely? The universe is within you, bright and beautiful.
That's beautiful.
I like that one.
Oh, that instantly just takes. Oh, okay.
Yep. And then this one I had to giggle, because this idea of turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. This one says, lift up others with your peaceful presence.
Oh, that's lovely.
Which you integrate some of these tips that we've shared today, and you are going to lift up others with your peaceful presence. Just going to happen automatically.
Of course they're beautiful. Of course they're perfect for our blooming turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. Of course they are. Of course they land perfectly. Well done, Yogi Teabag. Well done, Moira. Well done, everyone, for listening on our deliciously motivated mindset conversation. I'm going to leave you with one question. So the question is, what if the stress you're feeling right now isn't here to stop you, but to shape you into who you're meant to become?
Ooh, that's beautiful. I like that one.
I know.
I like that one.
I started going, okay, what's stressful for me? Oh, I don't want to look at that. Oh, no. Yes, it's helping me become. So it just went from beautiful to, oh, yeah, I can see it. Giggle, giggle, giggle. And I think that's
finding the hidden order, basically.
Yeah, I am. That's exactly it. And I just have to giggle, because I'm like, Deborah, look what we've just talked about here today. Look at these beautiful little things in front of us. So, listeners, that is our deliciously motivated mindset conversation. How to turn stress into soul power and radiate calm. And I trust everyone got a good half a dozen in here that have really landed. But just for today, I'd love you to try one and go. Is the stress that you're feeling right now supposed to take you to who you're becoming, shape you into who you're becoming?
Love it.
Woo! Thank you, listeners, for listening. Thank you, Internet. And most importantly, thank you, Moira, because it would be a one-sided conversation with no yogi tea bags. And it would be, I'd have to laugh on my own jokes. And thank you for being part
causing
of
more
this.
stress, of course.
Yeah, I don't know about radiate calm in my mind. But thank you. And today I'm going to, hand on heart, and I'm going to continue to lean back and I'm going to focus on my breathing. That's what I'm going to do today. So thank you, listeners. Thank you, Moira. Thank you, everybody. We will see you on the next one, which is released when it's released next week.
Next week. Thank you, dear Deb. I really liked this conversation. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful one.
Yeah. Got my hand on my heart. Thank you, dear listeners. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning into Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, where the mission is to help listeners unlock their full potential and thrive, not just survive. As the episode comes to a close, they trust you've gained some powerful insights. If you haven't already, take a moment to reflect on one key takeaway that you'll apply right away. Before we wrap things up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from you. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how you're putting your insights into action. Thanks for listening, and remember to keep thriving.